intro dialogue. Let's get this done.
Let me know when we're starting the video.
Okay. I guess no one really said. Well, whatever. The second episode of the PEEvisited. It's gonna be a something, right? All right. All right. It should start right now.
This is so lighthearted and warm. What's the worst thing that can happen? I'll get 12.5 response videos. I welcome them. Please respond if you think you're right and if you want to tussle with the muscle.
Challenge accepted.
Hey YouTube, Joeboy here.
A lot
So,
more.
it is time for me to channel my inner Nuxtaku. I will of course fail spectacularly, but as the internet has taught me, if you're gonna do something, do it cringe. Ooh buddy, time for some popcorn. Nuxtaku made a video. I'm declaring war on the One Piece community about a month or so ago, and he basically begged for a response video, and over the course of a month, I thought to myself, why the hell not? It's good for views, it's a good topic. That seems like a lot of winning to me. You already know I love to preach my holier-than-thou ways. Thanks for giving me an excuse, man. Fake AniTuber squabbles are almost as good as the real.
Now, I watched another video of his appearing to be on yep. I'm pretty sure very closely to the release, and I'm wondering if this is an actual debate. But anyway, that's just half the fun. We'll figure out when we get there.
It might not actually be a debate, it should just be featuring Nox, which I mean the less Nox the better.
They're just talking about a theory one of each other had it in their heads, and then attempt at humor.
An attempt.
I mean, if you like
the
it, you
editing
like
is
it.
already really obnoxious.
Not a big fan of One Piece theorists.
Thing. Do I actually disagree with Nux? Not really. Yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint all y'all drama sluts out there, but I do think that there are aspects to this that he didn't talk about, or he didn't really hit the nail on the head, so to speak. I am the hammer. Overall,
Yep.
It would be nice to know what theory they're actually talking about beforehand, because I don't actually know the context of this. It would be nice. I mean, the point of the video is you expect that people have watched it. For people who haven't, it would be nice to know what they're actually talking about before we delve into the topic. It's like, he doesn't disagree with the theory, but it's like, what theory? Nux could have made any number of theories about
You
One
lost
Piece.
the war when you see stupidity like this, you know.
I did look at this before. I think he said something about One Piece being not good?
That could just be Nox
Some gates are better left
being Nox,
unopened.
really.
Ready yourself for
I guess it'll just be a double 1.5 feature then.
battle, lads. We're going to war.
Yeah, I guess we'll just get a... Well, that one... Whatever.
So,
We'll go-
being that the world kinda sucks sometimes, I decided to do everyone a favor and butt into everyone else's business unwarranted because it's what I do best. That's right! In order to stomp out toxicity, we need to become toxicity. It's the fight fire with fire mindset that's been just working so damn well. Throughout history, I had to be a part of it. So, being that no one else has the balls to do it, I am. And I hope you're ready for the very first squabble, because there are several communities and companies that I would like to declare war on for various reasons. That may be a bit of a stronger terminology than what's going on. We're not going to pick up our pickaxes and dildos to go fight an actual battle, but there's some shiz I don't like, and well, We get to laugh at it, have a good time, and also try to fix things. So, the first episode of this lovely series, which you should definitely subscribe to the channel if you're new, because, well, let's just say you'll want to be on this side of the battle, because history only talks about the victors of different battles. But this time, we're talking One Piece, okay? One Piece is a great story, amazing manga, one of my favorites. I love it. And, well, I've done videos talking about toxic fandoms in the past, and that's very much not what's gonna be going on here. I have plenty of material to laugh at One Piece's toxic fandom. Oh, don't get me wrong! And that will very likely be an idea for a future video.
What's kind of...
He said this is episode 1 of a series he's doing. So. Also, you said something, Dead? Rex? Oh, alright.
In fact, it's in my notes for videos I'm planning on making, so of course, definitely subscribe.
Dang, my internet's choppy.
It's choppy?
Audio's been fine for me.
If you're interested in something like that. But today we're declaring war on the One Piece community, not the toxic fandom. And I'm making this very important distinction because I know people in the comments are gonna be like, Nux, you didn't even roast them for the fact that even though it's so long, they keep shoving it down people's throats. Yes, that is part of the toxic fandom of One Piece. And yes, there are some toxic fans even in the community itself, but I'm talking about the non-toxic aspect. I'm talking about the community itself. There's
I'm pretty sure he's trying to say people saying One Piece is good and people should watch it, but from that joke comment he made, it sounded like its length is the problem rather than people saying you should watch it. So, I gotta say that was a failed joke.
I mean, Nox is a failed joke, really.
No need to blast feed. We haven't been okay. We've been 2 minutes in, but save the heavy stuff. You got it. All right.
Nah. Start with your strongest material first.
Okay, someone added me in Discord. Yeah, I'll look at it later.
several things that I've noticed that I don't like, that I want to change. And do I think I'm actually going to change things with this video? Absolutely not. But you know what I am going to do? I'm going to annoy the crap out of the people that want to insist to keep him. The hype is freaking real. I love doing this. Because you...
So does he want to change people's mind or just make people nettled? Because now I'm getting mixed signals.
I mean, I guess he can do both. There's not like he's nothing stopping him from doing both. It's just I don't actually know what he wants. But given it's Nux, it's most likely he wants people to be nettled. But he's just put the thing of he wants to help things to put up a small shield of he's trying to help, but then he could be joking about both. We don't know.
And then he's liable to no criticism. I said that weird.
Shields up.
See, if the plan is annoying them, then you know you're going to succeed. And that's a very important mindset to have. Not the annoying people mindset, the succeed mindset. Now that you mention it, the annoying people mindset's pretty great too. I am a fan. Man, this video is so lighthearted compared to the script I wrote about declaring war on Funimation, which will probably be the next episode in the series. And goddamn, that's going to get heavy. This is so lighthearted and warm. What's the worst thing that could happen? I'll get 12.5 response videos. I welcome them. Please respond if you think you're right. And if you want to tussle muscle with the muscle. That said, that doesn't mean I'm gonna respond to every respond video if I think they're ass, okay? And I'm also not calling out anyone in particular. But the One Piece community has a lot of issues. And whether you're familiar with One Piece or not, I think this is a video.
Oh, okay then. Now I got another idea. I don't really want to, but since people that call him out, he would respond to, and I only know the one video from Joy Boy. Has he done anyone else?
Nothing as far as I can think of now.
Well, I'm not gonna look further into it, but that's just a thought.
Video you can enjoy, because many aspects of it are of course bleeding into other communities, and other communities have very similar issues. I'm mainly focusing on the One Piece one because if I would make a video declaring war on weebs, then that video would be like an hour long, very, very big, and you know, it might actually happen at one point. But I think we could tackle this one step at a time. The One Piece community on YouTube is thriving. It's great. All in all, as far as different anime communities go, I think the One Piece one is pretty much one of the least toxic out there. I mean, we've seen the Dragon Ball community and the My Hero guys, right? I mean, let's call a spade a spade. At least someone's like, well, Usopp is my favorite One Piece character. Ha! Usopp? Pathetic! Goku would slap Usopp in a fight. Goku is by far a superior character. Yeah, we've kind of stepped away from that One Piece community focused here. And while it does have many merits that I respect it for, it has many downsides that I don't respect it for. Which is why, when you see that, I urge you to use the hashtag you've lost the war. I think it's a very nice and appropriate way to let people know that this is dumb. That's right, declaring war on morons. It's my favorite thing to do. So the first big category that I wanted to talk about is the people that don't understand One Piece, but are so involved in the power scaling of One Piece that they kind of lose the narrative for the instances. They lose the forest for the trees. And I think it's actually a detrimental aspect.
What type of person watches One Piece for the power scaling?
Totally not Mark would totally watch One Piece for power scaling, given that he's a DBZ fan. For people who... I'll let you go.
I have little experience on people talking about One Piece, and I have I have only one video where someone actually said something about the power scaling, and was actually saying that people don't understand the power scaling. So, well, I guess there is enough people that some people had to say something about those people. So, I guess it is a vocal part of the fandom. Or at least
Not on
large
YouTube, but
people,
on a... sorry.
or at least a large amount of people saying something about
Hello?
the power scaling. Hello?
Hello? Okay, sorry. I had to convert it. I had to switch the stream over to my phone because my internet on my computer was poopy butt water.
Oh, that's what you said. Alright, you didn't really miss anything, but Nux said he wants people who poorly scale the power in One Piece to go away, pretty much.
So he wants power scalers to be gone.
Not specifically, just that they should be right. I mean, properly scale One Piece. They should properly scale One Piece. Since no one understands One Piece.
On the issue of... Well, not on the issue, but on the prevalency of power scaling in the One Piece community, it's not really on YouTube as much. It's more on, like, power scaling forums. Like, there's a huge community of people who talk about power scaling. It's just they don't make videos on it that much. Think of, like, the Death Battle people stuff.
Yeah, that would make sense. Alright.
The only video I know of it is the video that said what was it? Foxy could punch Luffy. Luffy is taking this much damage, therefore Foxy can punch an island or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have seen two power scaling videos where someone said something about he this guy literally associated Foxy's megaton punches to an actual megaton and scales it off of Luffy and so on and so forth. Which I mean, to be fair, we don't, I don't know much about the physical strength of these characters, but
We all
if the science was true, then Foxy would be like very strong, and he's not really strong.
most we know is that a lot of them are durable as heck.
Yeah, people don't die in these, so they usually look very
Unless you're
durable.
in a flashback, then your death is almost guaranteed.
I just typed in power scaling One Piece into YouTube. Jeez, there's so many videos on the topic.
Oh god, I've not seen any, and I don't want to see any. I'm not going to poison my algorithm by clicking on any of those videos. But since Ryder has already done so, hey Ryder, what have you seen so far? What are the thumbnails? What are the titles?
Yeah, with the thumbnails.
Okay, we have why One Piece power scaling is broken, all caps.
Well, that
Which
sounds
has
like something that should be revisited.
which has angry chapter one Shanks on the front. We have understanding the power scale in quotation marks One Piece discussion with Akainu versus Dragon on the front in Marineford.
I think I saw that one. I believe I saw that one.
We have our good friend Grandline review, common misconceptions regarding power levels in One Piece. And he's got Luffy with a scouter on him.
Makes sense. Dragon Ball power
Of course it
levels.
does.
We have the current Straw Hat Pirate versus Old Villains, power scaling in brackets, by Sinsai, the guy who makes Hood YouTube anime videos.
Inside. Sounds familiar. I'll
We've
type that
got
man up. Man.
Luffy versus Old Villains faced power levels, One Piece power levels, by anime scale. It's just on the thumbnail is Luffy, a bunch of One Piece villains, and like a chart with numbers to make it look legit, I guess. And oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so we have power scaling every One Piece character, power scaling 450 characters. How long do you think this video is?
It has to be like 2
3
hours.
minutes.
3 hours and 42 minutes and 56 seconds.
Oh,
That sounds like a fair enough time if you're going properly in depth with each character.
You mean, like, what? Did someone go, like, okay, so the weakest character is, I don't know, the dog from, like,
Shushu?
what's the actual. What's the name of the arc that Buggy is it just the Buggy arc? Does that have a or is
Orangetown.
that Orange Down? Yeah,
The dog's name is Shushu.
I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go briefly look at this video. I want to see what this. Continue
Now,
on.
I can definitely say the person who made that video is a coward for not including all 1,100 characters. All 1,000 named characters. But, yeah, it's his video. I'm not one to judge. Also, hello, Meme Spice. Uh, well, a little awkward. Let me get my phone.
hello me.
Oh god, it's worse than I thought. Okay, I thought he was just going to do like a list of the weakest to the strongest characters, but no, he does it like an actual tier list. So I don't know what he thinks is the weakest character of One Piece.
I'm back.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why. Who made a tier list of that many characters to try and make it into a tier list, or whether he did it himself? Also, he has a comment saying, "This is a joke video, guys. It's not serious." Why would you spend 3.5 hours making a non-serious? I mean, someone would spend 3.5 hours making a non-serious tier list, but why though?
For them clicks.
Is it a
You clicked
shield?
it, didn't
Is it
you?
actually a joke? Who knows?
You could say it's for the clicks, but it's only like 835 views.
How many subscribers does this guy have?
Oh wow, he's got 4.5k. That's more than I was expecting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
that's
might be an old video then.
No, it released this February, like 12 days ago.
oh
Bruh.
god, what's that?
The man must
I
have
think
fell off the face of the earth.
or at least his fans did apparently.
God, we're doing the thing where we're distracting ourselves from the video by doing the other thing.
Hey, we're just putting up new possible B-list exist content. It's cylindrical? Whatever.
The serpent eating its tail.
Yeah, that thing.
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros. Oh, okay, I guess I'll play the video now. Like now.
To the overall One Piece community. Not power scaling as a whole. If you want to talk about which character's stronger, by all means, go for it. It's a fun topic. It's completely pointless. But then again, if it brings you enjoyment, then that is the purpose of watching anime altogether. I mean, maybe you get more life lessons out of the philosophy in One Piece than, life lessons out of who is actually stronger, Shanks or Mihawk. But hey, I have no issue with good fun. Unless the good fun's stupid, I'm against morons. I am an anti-moron. I don't like them. I mean, I don't mind if they exist because
Welcome to Raid Shadow Legends. If
Was
you're
not
wondering
expecting
just
that.
what you're getting into,
He doesn't even... Okay, maybe he did have ads on this timeline of his channel, but... forget about it.
there are a lot of people with dumb high IQs out there that I don't want to mess with. I just don't really want to deal with them. You need to have a
Wait,
dumb
who's
high
that cropped?
Excuse me?
Who is Nux referring to with that cropped of Rick and Morty?
No, he's just saying he doesn't mess with smart people.
But who was the person he was referring to? Because there was someone cropped in the middle
Hey,
of Rick's
I
face.
have no issue with good fun. Unless the good fun's stupid, I'm against morons. I am an anti-moron. I don't like them. I mean, I don't mind if they exist because there are a lot of people with dumb...
I have one idea, but I'm not sure if that's him.
Anyone else got any ideas? Because all I can think of is... Can I say the name or no?
I don't think it really matters.
I was just thinking King of Lightning.
He doesn't wear glasses, though.
Oh, he doesn't? Darn it, it's... the thing's so tiny on my screen. Yep, there are the glasses.
Well, I'll just start the video now.
high IQs out there that I don't want to mess with. I just don't really want to deal with them. You need to have a dumb high IQ. At least like 189 to be part of the fan base. So definitely subscribe. Anywho, power scaling is a key component to the overall One Piece community because it is one of the most discussed topics in the entirety of the One Piece world. Aside
What are you basing this off of? Because I think of like 5 other things more important than power scaling in this thing. Though then again, I still don't know any power scalers.
Like, if we're talking about things we talk about in One Piece over power scaling, probably go like story stuff, funny moments, fights,
Uh,
foreshadowing.
animation. There, I got you 5 right there. But that's what I know. Maybe power scaling is a lot more prevalent, but well, that's about it. I'm gonna play it.
From, I guess, predictions and theories, but that's a different segment of this video. I will be tackling that right after this, but this focus on power scaling is important to me because it's a shame at how linearly people are viewing the One Piece world. In many other shonen contemporaries to One Piece, and as examples, I will give Dragon Ball, Seven Deadly Sins, and Naruto. The reason I've selected these is because in Dragon Ball and Seven Deadly Sins, there was the idea of power levels introduced really early on, where people could measure each other's exact power level, so therefore you know who's stronger than who. They're given some random number, and if the number is over 9,000, then it becomes a very overused meme. Now, One Piece kind of avoided that entire issue, and yes, it is an issue, which is exactly why both Dragon Ball and Seven Deadly Sins dropped.
It's not an issue. It's just called poor writing. It can be implemented. It can. It just has to be written well. Oh yeah, I remember this part. He goes ham on the power scaling.
You brought up a good point. Like,
I'm saying power scaling with numbers. Is the
no, they had a moment with numbers. Remember the Grand Match James.
He's saying bringing up power scaling like Dragon Ball makes the story weaker. I believe that's what it was, but whatever. Memories.
Well, it became weaker. Well, it became weaker due to the absurd high levels of degrees we went. Because you're going from like, oh hey, 24,000 to 180,000 to 3 million.
Yeah. It's just.
It brings up Seven Deadly
Writing.
Seven Deadly Sins introduced power levels after like one of their, pretty much after their first arc, and they also went into the extreme numbers as well. It's like, oh hey, the average knight is about like 200. A magic knight has like 1 or 2,000. The demons we're about to face have over 30,000.
Alright, just because I not watched Seven Deadly Sins, so I have no idea what the context for it having a power scaling system would be.
I've read it. It's not a good system. They're like, oh, why'd you introduce this? You didn't have to.
Oh,
so yo, Blaze.
Well, numbers make the brain have the funny chemical. That's all I gotta say.
To put a new member into the B-listers.
Freaking bad writing. He's trying to say bad writing, not the power scaling. Use your words, Nux.
It because if one guy is
I was gonna say, like, I hope he doesn't insinuate that bounties are a sort of power level.
I don't remember.
an issue, which is exactly why both Dragon Ball and Seven Deadly Sins dropped it, because if one guy is a power level of 7 and the other guy is a power level of 20, it's not going to be like this big mystery. I wonder who is stronger, who is going to win? Well, yeah, it's dumb. One Piece tackles the respect that different characters get based on their power level in a completely different way, with something like bounties. Now, the bounty that different pirates have that are wanted by the world government is a purely clout-based system. It's based on, yes, obviously power matters, because if the guy's a complete wuss that doesn't pose a threat, then he's not a threat, so he's not gonna get a high bounty. But if he's powerful, well, he can be very dangerous. dangerous. I don't know, he could go kill people, as a simple example of why powerful pirates are a danger. But power's not everything. There's also influence, there's also threat level, how much information they have. As an example, Nico Robin, when she was first introduced, like when she was a kid that had zero power whatsoever, but because she
Not
knew
when she was
certain
first
secrets of the
introduced,
world and
but-
she was able to read these legendary poneglyphs, she had a bounty of 79 million. Now, that is a bounty level
Oh,
of
wait,
79
pause for a
million.
second.
Yeah.
Nux just said she had no powers, right?
She was not strong. Well, actually, she didn't. He didn't say anything about strength. Just that she had knowledge and the ability to read the poneglyphs.
I don't know, because I just found it a bit funny, because in that panel he just showed the old guy saying, "You used your powers to look in the library, didn't you?"
Yeah, it's.
So by that point, she technically already has her fruit. She's already a devil fruit user.
Yeah, it's fine.
Where she had absolutely no power to back it up. It's just a simple example. It's an extreme where she was completely powerless, but she had vital information. But it just goes to show that you can't exactly discuss who's more powerful than who completely based on the bounty they have. So being that it leaves that mystery up in the air, it could create memes within the verse like Buggy. And people just scaling individuals based on their bounty, it's almost asinine because that's shattered in the Jaya arc.
Who does that actually?
Do you want to go first?
Oh, that's it. Who does that? Rank strength over the bounties singular.
Yeah, I was going to say that because this is the thing. He's not really going to bring up anyone bringing up actual examples of doing this. He's just going to say that people are, and then it's just going to be like, well, it's here. People are doing it. See, they're doing it. Do I have an example? No, I'm just going to say people are, and that's that.
Arc so early on when Bellamy was sure he was stronger than Luffy because he had a higher bounty, and then Luffy kicked his ass, and then they realized, oh, Luffy's bounty just got an increase because he just beat Crocodile. So does that mean...
Oh wait, did Bellamy knew about Luffy's bounty?
He technically did, but he laughed it off, saying it's a hoax.
Bellamy himself is also aware that it's just a threat, like threat level thing. Also, he probably doesn't believe it because look at him. We trashed him in the bar. Why would we think he's a threat at all?
Yeah, I didn't think the bounty was his primary source of confidence.
Also, we have to factor in. No one. I highly doubt Bellamy actually knows the. No one really knows the official story in stuff regards to Luffy's bounties and things. Because I highly doubt there's many people who know he beat Crocodile, like outside of the people who were there at Alabasta.
And,
Well,
and
let's see.
higher ranking
I'd say that.
people.
Well, the Avatari family at least knows, and a good number of Marines know, which is why they pretty much had to hand that victory over to Smoker.
Well, I would say Don Quixote knows, which I don't know when he knew, but he does know, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't tell it to Bellamy, so that's irrelevant.
I think it's because he can correlate like the bounty increase with the defeated Crocodile.
Yeah. Well, I'll continue.
Before Luffy beat Crocodile and his bounty was actually lower than Bellamy, does that mean Bellamy was stronger than Luffy? That's stupid! It's dumb! Dookie on these nerds! Why are they saying this? I don't understand! Anywho, I love that aspect of One Piece. Because while power levels are obviously important, and you can't get away with what Luffy wants to get away with without also being strong, it's not all that matters. It's not all about who will become the stronger fighter and who will win the massive tournament.
Because this is not a fighting manga. It's adventure first. I just, it's a different genre, Nux.
an arc where everything hangs in the balance. One Piece is so much more nuanced than something like that, and just approaching it on a power level basis, comparing people by bounties, I think is ridiculous. But what's even sillier in certain ways is the downright ridiculous methodology that the One Piece community actually uses. I don't know who came up with it. I don't care who came up with it. And the reason why I said I'm also comparing One Piece to Naruto when it comes to power scaling.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of annoyed by all the different costume, all the different looks his avatar's going through the slides. Like, could he not easily he can commission like someone to make these, but couldn't like keep it? Could just make a basic line series of his avatar. It's got to be like all these different kinds: Joker, Edward Fullmetal Alchemist, Sans,
Red Cross. Or Red X. Also, commission machine broke. So, top that.
You could easily get enough commissions to do the full set for each thing, given he's one of the big YouTuber people.
and if I recall, he did have like it. He went through either him or someone else that went through. Like, he went and talked to Mr. Beast and got like a huge load of cash from YouTube.
Oh, on the
I'm trying
art.
to remember.
On the arts, I'm looking at the man's teeth, and the top row looks a little off. It's missing a few dimensions. Well, I mean, missing a dimension, I should say.
It looks. Oh my god! It looks like just a big blank white square, and right where his two front teeth should be. I can't unsee it.
You're welcome.
Also, that guy has a virtual YouTuber avatar. That guy should easily be able to afford multiple commissions of his actual frames.
Yeah, but this was 3 years ago. I said 3 years.
2 years.
Ago.
Come on, we're not in.
3 years ago.
We're not in
It
2023.
felt like 3 years ago. It felt like I saw this 3 years ago. I'm revisiting revisits this episode visits. So give me a moment while I stretch.
Is because in Naruto, you have Genin rank, Chunin rank, Jonin rank, Kage rank, and while it's not 100% that the Kage is strong.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say that those ranks don't actually mean anything, but like, your strength doesn't necessarily determine your rank either way in Naruto, even, because Shikamaru is the only one who succeeded from those tests, and Shikamaru by strength isn't all that compared to any of the other characters. He's great in terms of utility, but in strength, no way near. So Kage isn't a rank, it's a title.
That you get by being the strongest, right?
I mean, most of the Kages were the strongest.
Besides Tsunade.
And the Inferno Kage.
I'm sorry, I thought I heard worse Hokage.
Upraised the second Hokage. He knew what was up.
Second Hokage was right. Then Uchiha's up to something.
Stronger than the Jonin, for example.
A wall.
Rank, and while it's not 100% that the Kage is stronger than the Jonin, for example, it's almost always like that. There are very, very few exceptions to the rule when someone is Genin and stronger than Jonin, unless you're Naruto, who never took the exam, or the way wanted ninjas are classified by the different villages and the bounties they're given. They're D rank ninjas, B rank, A rank, S rank. That is a rank that the villages give certain wanted criminals that scale their powers specifically. So when the Akatsuki is made of a bunch of S-class villains, yes, I guess they're all pretty top tier. So I understand when you use this methodology for Naruto, because that's what it actually means. But again, Again, in a clout-based system like One Piece, where notoriety and political influence is so important to the series, using terms like, oh, he's warlord level, he's emperor level, oh, that guy admiral level. Bro, what are you talking about? That man right there, he...
This is something completely different than just ranking off the bounty, since admirals and warlords, well, yeah, they're different. It's a different title. You're saying two different things, Nux.
Yeah,
I'd
he's
say like, at
conflating
least with
two
the
different.
admirals, like there is a level of strength to them, considering you had to reach that ranking to begin with.
But do
Not
admirals
to mention,
have bounties? No.
well, they work for the government. It'd be weird if they did.
Yeah.
Not to mention, we did see them showcase their abilities in the war, and you could see why they reached that rank.
Kizaru, if he had a bounty, would be nuts. What could
Oh
anyone
god, if
actually
he
do to Kizaru?
now I want to speculate what would their bounties be if they like if they were pirates.
Like, other than Kizaru is like being a bit lazy or being a bit slow, what could you actually do to Kizaru?
Uh, well, before uh uh uh, Sabodia Archipelago, nothing. I'd say at the I want to say at the most you could possibly reflect his lights with a mirror.
I guess, but then you'd have to outspeed him. Then you can't do that because he's faster than you.
That is
Even if you
very
say,
much true.
even if you
Like,
say, "Oh, I will predict what he's going to do." Oh no, he's going to hit me before I predict, and because he's faster
no,
than your ability to think.
no, it's more like I will predict, and you're already kicked.
Yeah, you can't do any. Oh, that would be a great panel. I'll use my future. It's like, no, Kizaru.
On that, Kizaru should be like a Katakuri level when you think about it.
I think he might be on like the level of the Yonko, to be honest.
Based solely on hacks, he should be the strongest character in the verse, but scaling, I can't even say scaling feats, but I
I
mean,
don't know. Like, could Kizaru's lasers hurt Kaido?
it
I
should.
guess the only way you could tackle Kizaru is if Kizaru decides to charge into you and you dribble enough to take him and you have Conqueror's hockey and you could like damage him while he's trying to attack you. I guess that would be a way to do it. However, if he is traveling at the speed of light, he could probably react to the speed of light. Thus, he could probably notice you're going to do that and thus get out the way. It's the problem with him. Okay, it's the problem with him being the speed of light. You can't really counter that unless you're also as fast as him. It's the Flash
Well,
problem.
well, he
Also,
doesn't really
also,
react at the speed of
also,
light. He
yeah.
is kind of slow to react to things, as we've seen him get technically shot in the head and then kicked by Marco during the war.
Yes.
So he's not the speed of light then
He
if he gets
shouldn't.
shot by a
He
bullet.
shouldn't be able to be as fast. I mean, he is as fast as lights, but he does not react at light speed, since we primarily see him do a sort of teleport or bounce off surfaces, like with his Yata mirror.
But
We'll use
regardless
the
of that,
sacred
But
Yata
in order
meter.
for him to move at light speed, shouldn't he be able to like at least see at light speed?
Not exactly. It could just be like a teleport. Also, we do
So
see
that's
it.
not
probably
Well,
yeah.
we do technically
teleportation
see it
is
at
like
light.
not speed,
We
right?
technically do see at light speed also, since that's how we see through lights.
Hmm. So he has teleportation basically.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. So like instant transmission and stuff like that.
Well, not
Is it like
instant.
similar to it?
Not instant. Light speed. So yeah, basically a teleportation. You know, as long as they're not too close to light speed, it would be like a teleportation.
Yonko commander level. And these terms are used everywhere. Now, I'm not saying that everyone that uses these terms are a dumbass. Okay, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm kidding. I would never say something like that. Are you crazy? But it's really stupid. I feel like it's been adopted by the One Piece community, so colloquially, it makes sense that people started utilizing these terms just to stay on the same playing field as every other One Piece channel that uses these terms. Now, they're dumb. They're so stupid. And because of this stupid headcanon that these terms actually exist, it gives people actual room to complain about the One Piece narrative, which is just mind-boggling. But before I'll get into the people that crap on the narrative because they have very little understanding of that, I'm gonna leave a steaming load on the actual power scaling ridiculousness that this involves, okay? So, warlord level, right? That's a thing that people actually use. Let's look at some warlords. You got Buggy. Buggy's a warlord. Oh yeah, but Buggy sucks. Until it turns out that Buggy was actually God Usopp or Soga King all along, and he's the strongest character in all of One Piece. Not gonna lie, I'm putting my hand on a metaphorical Bible, okay? Buggy will become Pirate King. This is my personal theory. I guarantee it. It will be amazing. It will be a day that will go down in history. But when Buggy becomes Pirate King, you will look back at me and say I'm a goddamn prophet, nay, a visionary. No, that was backwards.
I'm pretty sure Buggy has little interest in the One Piece.
I think he's just like joking or whatever.
He just wants money.
Yeah.
He says
Plus-
he says these things, but should we take it for granted, or should we all take it as a joke?
It's really hard to tell with Nux.
It's the CinemaSins defense. Or, well, no. I'm gonna call it Schrodinger's joke. It's either a joke or it's not a joke until you open the box to find whether or not it is.
Which is the person saying if it's a joke.
I'm supposed to say visionary, nay, a prophet. Whatever, it's in the script this way. I'm leaving it in the video. Suck it. But I know people are already going to say, well, Buggy's actually a meme. He's an exception. He's not part of the rule. It's different. Great. I'm so happy you mentioned that. Let's look at other exceptions when it comes to Warlord.
I would say Buggy could be up there if he just applied himself. He's just a lazy bum.
He's too busy being a pirate instead of whatever the hell Blackbeard's doing.
I think you mean too much being a clown.
He's too busy clowning the world.
Buggy before everyone in the grandmother had hockey. Buggy was top tier versus Swords. Like, what could you do?
Punch him.
That too, but like, yeah, that.
Oh man,
you
I'm
could
just thinking like, what are the possibilities of a capable Buggy? And if you had like something like the observation hockey, and you could see where you're punching, he could just segment himself. Oh, the part that you're about to hit.
That would be the berry no me. The
I'm
fruit.
just imagining Buggy with all three forms of hockey, and he just stumbles into all three forms of hockey. I would find that hilarious. It's like, oh, Buggy's now literally in the top tier of One Piece Earth because of that.
I'm trying to picture the Conqueror's hockey one. Is he's just like so scared out of his mind that his scaredness overpowers the will of everyone else.
It activates through trauma alone. No, he has special Conqueror's hockey. He can never manually use it, but whenever he gets afraid, it automatically applies. So it always happens on him, like Big Mom.
Lords, okay? Okay, another warlord is Mihawk. Oh no, Mihawk's different. Mihawk is also an exception. You see, he's potentially Emperor level. We don't really know how strong he is, but we know he's really powerful because, as you see, he fought Shanks, as Whitebeard mentioned, and they were, I guess, pretty evenly matched. I don't know who was stronger. Whitebeard at least thought it was an entertaining fight, and he's a pretty powerful dude. So I guess he considered them in the same level. So does that mean Mihawk is actually Emperor level, even though he's a warlord? Oh, okay. No, Mihawk is also an exception. Let's not talk about him. Okay, let's talk about Doflamingo. I think it's pretty much unanimously decided that Warlord tier is below Admiral level, right? Amazing! Did you know that Doflamingo made his birdcage thing what that was going to kill? And I'm not saying this for hyperbole. That birdcage was gonna beat Fujitora. Yes, I think the birdcage was an ass pull on Oda's perspective, and it needed to create a clause of urgency for the Doflamingo versus Luffy fight, and everyone poops on it because oh, the power scaling of the birdcage is stupid. But they don't realize that the narrative is much more important, and it creates this air of tension. I do think it was an ass pull. I think there could have potentially been another way about it, but to just say it's stupid all around and not look at the upsides of that situation is, again, losing the forest for the trees when it comes to power scaling. But that birdcage was gonna kill Fujitora. Fujitora couldn't get out of there. He tried his sword, he tried his meteors, could not get out of that birdcage. He was gonna die, and he's an admiral. So I think that means Doflamingo is actually admiral level. Oh, Doflamingo's admiral level now. Okay, oh no, he's also an exception. We can't include him. That's stupid. Do you see where I'm going with this? If you look at the warlords as an example, every warlord is an exception, except for Crocodile, because he was the first one introduced. So it's like people are saying, okay, warlord tier, that's Crocodile. Everyone else, that's an exception. Then what do you need warlord tier? What the hell's the purpose of this? I don't understand. When Law became a warlord, he didn't become a warlord because he bench pressed 3,000 pounds, and they were like, oh, that is a...
Man, I'm about to skip. I'm about to skip.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's the point of this segment right now?
He's trying to prove his points, but this man babbles. Yeah, he blabbles his stuff and trying to put a joke every half a second. So that's why it's 42 minutes.
A warlord tier feat right there, we're giving you the status. No, he did something amazing. He brought them buckets full of still beating pirate hearts. And they were like, holy heck, guys, we should make him a warlord. It's not about the power. And to make things even funnier,
it's specifically about the power, but I know.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was like, that was it. I guess you could call that a power move by Law.
But power move also has the word power in it, so you're shit out of luck.
if you'd have a massive battle of some of the world's strongest, okay? You have Kaido versus Akainu versus Blackbeard. This epic three-way battle of wits and balls. And all of a sudden, before anything starts, Boa Hancock walks on the battlefield. By the way, just saying, Boa Hancock is a warlord, so she's obviously warlord level. We know that warlord level isn't even close to emperor level, so she doesn't have a chance, right? And all of a sudden, she strips on the battlefield. Akainu, Blackbeard, and Kaido all get a boner, and they all turn to stone. I mean, people may think that that's stupid, in which case, they're right, and that probably will not happen in the series, although I would get quite the chuckle if it did. Power scaling community would freaking lose their mind. But within the folds of the One Piece world...
Yeah. God, why? That was just a pain to listen to, especially with the stripping of the naked and her back and all that stuff.
It's... Actually, she would definitely not do that, exposing the back and all.
Yeah, she would no, that would never happen. Because she got to hide that Gorgon's eye.
The Gorgon. Also, I would say at the very least 2 out of the 3 there would not be affected by Boa's attractiveness. If we're going off of Luffy,
It kind of gets hard on Justice.
Yes, being a pirate, he would most likely disdain even the sight of Boa Hancock, let alone the name.
You filthy pirate degenerate, stripping on the battlefield!
Pirates are a lawless bunch. They need to be exterminated.
Uh, I
But
had a point. I was
anywho,
trying.
apart from that,
What was my point? Oh, I don't remember what it was now.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta agree with me here. Blackbeard is probably the only one that would probably fall. You know, he'd probably already pop a boner just by looking at her.
I would say Blackbeard wouldn't, but I'm just basing this off of Luffy, so yeah, it has very little ground. Because they're both D inheritors and similar dream. They're the same.
I guess that's possible. Oh my god, I think that means that Boa Hancock is actually Super Saiyan level. Do you see where I'm going with this? The terminology is so stupid and it hinders discussion. Well, I mentioned why it's wrong. I didn't mention why it's narratively asinine, which is why that is what I'm going to be doing now. This is why the
Get to the next
methodology
point.
sucks and why people lose the forest for the trees entirely when it comes to One Piece. But before I even mention that, I do sincerely apologize. In order to strengthen my point, people view One Piece power scaling linearly. Even the methodology aside, people always view it as if C is greater
Alright,
than
I'm skipping forward to see if he actually talks about something else. 50 minutes, 10 seconds.
It would be very cool. And I made another theory, like, a long time ago. Like, right after the Dressrosa arc. It was before they even went to Whole Cake, I think. In One Piece at all times, and some really great foreshadowing on Oda's part. There are some great potential theories from the fans that are eating up every bit of information. That was only 1% of your overall theory videos, because you've theorized
Already
literally
does talk
everything
about
with no
something
information.
else.
Meet our bombastic rhino, Bommel the Dreadhorn. This Doom Tower boss is literally a
Power.
ticking bomb. His skill, Dread Minions, places a
Is that? Oh, that is
Fam,
another
the
grade,
amount
isn't it?
of people I
Yes, it
see
is.
theorizing that Zoro's eye that's scarred
Look
shut
at
is
you,
actually the when it comes to One Piece, as
Oh,
if
God.
C is
Oh, you saw that, huh? Yeah, pretty good
I
joke.
did.
Pretty good joke, huh?
Where are we in the
No,
video
it's
now?
not a good
Uh,
joke.
I was
Never
skipping
was a
forward
good
a wee
joke.
bit to see if he actually talks about something else instead of the power scaling. He does, and he said something about theorists theorizing that under Zoro's scar is a Naruto reference inserted here.
Oh no. Are you saying that?
I shall now
No.
try to
Are you
mimic the
saying
Nux
that
energy.
Beerus is saying that Zoro has to be Bakugan?
I'm pretty sure that's a joke, but he did say he seriously believed people thought Zoro had the big Hakugan.
is greater than B, and B is greater than A, then C is greater than A. Typical power scaling, and honestly, it makes sense in series like Dragon Ball, when it's mostly focused on big laser blasts. But in One Piece, it really doesn't work. I'm not gonna say it goes as far as rock, paper, scissors. I don't think the power system is as nuanced as Hunter x Hunter or JoJo's, but it's definitely not as broad.
Ah, Hunter.
JoJo's is not nuanced. There's a lot of stuff in there, but it can be easily boiled down. And then
There's
acts happen, so that's a whole new bag of worms.
there
Then
is
Requiems happens.
there's more to JoJo's than a lot of other systems, but most fights will eventually come down to get close, hit opponent, win.
That's pretty
And
much
throw in
it.
a time stop ability too.
If you
Yeah,
can't
Final
kill the
Boss has to have some
stand,
time vulnerability.
if you can't kill the stand, you kill the stand user. Yeah.
Say that again?
If you can't kill the stand, you kill the stand user.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
And oh, Hunter x Hunter, just ugh. That's yeah, Hunter x Hunter's. Ned was good at the start, but then it got silly.
I just still find the concept of the Nen contracts very befuddling.
and has contract now. Well, what do they do? We do this. Well, what about this? Shut up. On punching
How
people.
how did they even how did someone even discover they can make a contract with themselves to get slightly more powerful?
But like it's someone will argue it's thematic or something. I don't know. Devil fruit makes sense because it's a fruit, eat it, power. Then, actually, I'm gonna wiki this.
Bruh.
Well, then not everyone knows what devil fruit does what. So you could end up with a really dud of a fruit like a human fruit.
Video, I forget what's it called. The Thriller Bark video I sent in the A-list users chat said something about how people don't know which devil fruit does what, but there's a encyclopedia about devil fruits, and they contradict.
But it's not all of them.
That's what I thought, but is it not all
It
of them?
has. It's not all of them. No, it has like a set number of them of people that have been able to write down and catalog which ones do which, but they don't know about all of them.
That makes
As far
sense.
as we,
Okay,
as far as
that makes sense, but how does people not know about the giraffe fruits?
would you eat that fruit if you knew about it?
Yes, giraffes are awesome. But yeah, but
Yeah.
giraffes are pretty strong.
I'd also say that not. I don't even know how. I'm trying to think. What was the word? How how readily available the book of devil fruits are. Because since they're claimed to be so rare, like the odds of you finding one and also having the book on hand to research if it's in the book are kind of slim if you think about it.
The only
Okay, so I'm
time
on the wiki page right now, and before we get into context stuff, would you like to take a guess at what this type of net ability does?
before you start, like I was saying, there's only two people that I know seen the book, and that's Blackbeard and Sanji. And what does Blackbeard have similar with Sanji? I guess they would have a lot of world experience. So okay, it clears out. Though Germa and Whitebeard could find two encyclopedias.
And even then, like it's not like they research every single devil fruit. They only research one fruit in particular. Clear fruit for Sanji, and the dark fruit for Blackbeard.
How does someone with a dark fruit even die? But that's a different topic. Let's get on to this Nen subject.
Okay, so names should feel like they make sense, correct? You've got a type of thing, it makes sense, correct?
Yeah, that
What
makes
is a
sense.
diffusive levy type nen?
You said what?
Diffusive levy. This is a type of nen someone can have.
Diffusive levy?
Levy?
Diffusive levy.
What's a levy?
Levy.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
The literal translation from Japanese to English is actually made more sense than the one they translated as, because the literal translation is a collecting type. It's just a nen that collects things. For some reason, they decided to call it a diffusive levy type nen.
What the heck's a levy?
I don't know.
Also, I guess Brooke should also know since he knew he had the revive fruit, and so on and so on. But he could have just bought or was given the fruits at some point and
Uh,
was told about it was the revive fruit.
Also on Nen contracts, there are 2 paragraphs on like vows and limitations of Nen contracts. There is nothing stating anything about where they actually come from. Like there's nothing about how this who thought of them originally. It's just a thing that occurs.
Like power levels, powers. Yeah, I'm not saying that.
As this linear power ranking either. And I don't even think that needs major elaboration. I even mentioned the Boa Hancock joke as an
Hey, the
example,
video's
where if
working
she's up
now.
against
I can see the stream of the video playing.
15 minutes, 42 seconds. Sorry about
Good,
that.
I don't have to rely on my jank method of trying to work out where we are in the video.
against a straight dude, she has a freaking big chance of winning. But if she's up against a gay guy, he's gonna demolish her. I mean, as a stupid example, but that just goes to show how non-linear things actually are in One Piece. And as far as the people that calculate via absolute feats without looking at narrative at all, it doesn't really work with One Piece either. Because as a stupid example, I can mathematically...
Alright, yeah, I remember. He only talked about 2 points, the theories and the power scaling. I remember the rest of the video now. Bruh. I just wanted to say that.
prove to you right now that Kizaru, you know, one of the admirals, the guy with the light devil fruit, the guy that can move at light speed, yeah, I could mathematically prove to you that Luffy is faster than him, okay? You see, in the Davy Back fight arc, Foxy used photon beams to slow people down. Photons move at light speed. The photon beam was dodged by Luffy rather easily. Luffy in the Davy Back fight arc is clearly light speed. Luffy in Gear Second is much faster than he is in base form, like when he was up against Foxy. Luffy is now mathematically faster than Kizaru. In fact, this means anyone that ever dodged one of Luffy's attacks ever is proven with feats to be faster than the Admiral Kizaru. Do you see why I mean taking everything at base level as far as power scaling goes is kind
Also with the Thriller Bark video I posted that I'm pretty sure some people watched, the guy had a problem with Kuma shooting his paw pads, saying that, well, he said that Kuma, shoots the pads by pressing the air against his padded hands at light speed. He had a big issue with that exclamation, and he said something along the lines of, if any other character had that, it would be a big problem to him. And then I thought of Kizaru, and so I hope he gets a good kick in the pants with that, notion. It's a funny thing, I remember.
of a headache, especially when it comes to One Piece, where the power scaling is so not focused on. Even Oda laughs at it. People asked Oda in interviews, "Hey Oda, how far could Luffy stretch?" "Oh, Luffy has a range of 50 Gomu Gomus." "Oh, okay. Well, in that case, what's Nico Robin's range for her fruit?" To which Oda says, "Oh, I'm glad you asked. It's 50 Hana Hanas." You see, Oda himself laughs at the whole idea of scaling every feat in One Piece to a T. And honestly, it hurts the narrative. One of the reasons as to why I decided to actually make this video is because a few weeks ago in One Piece in the current Wano arc, I'm going to spoil a minor thing that happens if you're not fully caught up with the manga. But Apu, one of the supernovas that was introduced in the Sabaody Archipelago arc, finally shows up again. He sees Luffy and Zoro. He uses his devil fruit power thingy and he beats them. Luffy's coughing up blood. Zoro gets a slash across his chest. They're both bleeding. They have to retreat. And the One Piece community went batshit insane. Oh my god, Luffy's a Yonko now.
A bit.
I mean, this fight scene?
When Apu was using his abilities and Luffy and Zoro getting hurt, I do recall some people getting upset about that because they're like, "Oh, he should be much weaker. They can't do that." They had no idea what his ability does, so by all intents and purposes, they are literally caught off guard.
None of them even seen Apu.
You just hear a beat, the music, and suddenly, boom, explosion, and slash.
Also, technically, Dux is misrepresenting the argument because he's saying Apu beat them, which he didn't. They caught them off. They caught them off guard, and then they had to go do other things. So it's not
Then they
necessarily
had to
beating
plug
them.
their ears.
If he were technically beating them, then Luffy and Zoro would be out for the count, which is not the case.
I mean, you could say that they were beating them, but
I think what Dux is just trying to go for is how the One Piece community was going a bit rabid. How Scratchman was able to just even deal damage to Luffy, to someone like Luffy and Zoro.
even though they're all three of them are supernovas, if we're going by the, you know, title level. But
Apu's been a guy who's been with Kaido's crew for a while. He's probably fought someone in Kaido's crew. He's probably had some fighting in that time, and he's been in the New World for a while. Not like he's just stayed at the same level he was when he was at Sabaody.
Savo, yeah. Simple maths.
Now, and Apu beat him and Zoro, which means Apu is actually Yonko level, even though we thought Apu sucked. I don't understand. Biggest twist in the game is when Apu actually turned around, beat Kaido one-on-one, became the new leader of the Beast Pirates. Everyone was freaking out. It was amazing. Yeah, this is what I mean by headcanon. Everyone was losing their mind that Apu is Yonko level. Yonko level Apu. Woo!
Alright, he says Yonko level. Morgan's fabricated that. I'm pretty sure people are basing off of a fabrication. So anyone that believes that is double dumb. Dumb by the second power. Unless they're also basing this off of Katakura. Whatever. Some other feats about Big Mom. Big Mom is a ball, you know. She goes around. She gets around.
It was a week of insanity until literally in the next chapter, it's like, oh, Apu's not that strong. If you close your ears, his sonic attacks can't actually hurt you. And then they close their ears and Apu's using his power and they're all totally fine. Literally one chapter later. But in that one chapter, that 1 week span between Apu slapping around Luffy and Zoro for a second before they understood how his power worked, and the week where his power was explained and everyone's like, oh, so if I have earplugs, this guy sucks and I could literally just punch his ass. In that 1 week, the community went insane. Every single thumbnail that popped out of the One Piece community, and I am saying this with hyperbole, obviously not every single one, was Apu is Yonko level, Apu stronger than Luffy, how's Luffy gonna be Kaido? He's even weaker than this random supernova guy. Oh my.
You know, forget this segment. I'm going on to the next segment. I'm done listening to this kid.
First, I just want to. Well, I'll just make the one thing. If he's going to say the point that they were doing this, he should at least put up an image of this actually happening. This might not have happened as far as I know.
Never
All
heard
I know
of it.
is I know Grand Line Review definitely covered it, but he wasn't on he wasn't the straw man that Nuts building right now. He was more so, I guess, trying to diffuse the situation.
Grand Line Review is going to make a topic about everything in One Piece. He's going to be digging up material like decades after One Piece is done.
He has to, being a One Piece.
I never understood that type of deal where you just focus on one thing. Like, there's gotta be more things you want to talk about. Freaking One Piece is great, but Jesus, you didn't have to freaking salvage like you're freaking trying to salvage for water about One Piece.
Well, that's why he's got like his 2 other channels: the Dude in the Room, very clever title, and New World Review.
What do they do? Both of them?
The other one's more. New World is more basic anime in general, not just anything he can cover, or at least anything he's watched, which may be a limited pool. And Dude in the Room covers more so drama-based stuff.
Oh. Mm.
Yeah, because he covered Mark's situation on his newly third channel that barely had any traction. So I'm like,
Well, that seems awfully weak of him. Making another channel where barely people even notice or talk about. Just talk about the drama. It's awfully weak.
That might be why he made the channel. There's actually a good chance that he made the third channel just to talk about that.
Does talk about bad people that I
then
don't
so he doesn't
like.
strike his cash cow.
DSP should put me as that. Just has been dead of everything. I'm supposed to win. What was that place where it's just like you can talk about yourself or things anonymously? I forgot. This would be DSP.
Anonymous. What?
I don't remember. I don't particularly remember, but you can like get anonymous or something. I think it's just I'm talking about freaking. Never mind. I forgot.
Okay. Now back to you were saying something, Ryder? Any other more points?
It's just the point that if he was, it's just on the point that like if he was going to, I basically said the point I was going to say there. You can move on.
Back to what I was saying. I'm gonna skip this kid and go on to his next point. Cause
I don't blame you.
This kiddo, this
14 minutes to explain how power level is being misrepresented.
Government, but saying that it's not earned because he's not Yonko level.
Bruh.
So I am
was still
formally
on power
declining
levels.
debates. Not that I don't want it. I torn my flag. You want to join my side of this battle? Being a part of it. Moments the battle of Wano when Oda plopped the whole Rocks Pirates to receive anything that Oda could give us, and goddamn did Oda. That chapter was so fun. Saying Pirate King freaking. He's only Vice Admiral level. And then that chapter came along to
He's still talking.
digress. I get way too much pleasure from morons. They're great to look at, not always fun to interact with.
Video on power levels.
He talks about theories, I'm pretty sure. I remember it
I'm
only
hoping
being 2 segments about.
I'm hoping we get to that segment soon because oh god, it's the majority of the video.
Himself as Zoro all this time. There are
Breath
so
of the
many
Wild.
theories that the reason why Zoro's eyes shut and he never mentioned that he actually lost it. Well, you see, reach into the septic tank, fam. Let me explain the difference between a theory and
All right, there we go.
theory.
That's something. I'm getting close to something.
True. I think it would be very cool. But anyway, I digress. I get way too much pleasure from morons. They're great to look at, not always fun to interact with, but goddamn are they fun to watch. But when it comes to a story that's
They're never fun to
like
interact
One Piece,
with.
that's focused on mystery and world building and all that, obviously
Yeah,
there's so much more to
I would
theorize.
disagree.
Back in my day, I made a lot more theorizing going on when it comes to
Come to the rare fun idiots.
when it comes to the One Piece community. You know how in One Piece they abolished the warlord system? Scaling. So that is the first segment of my little war that I am declaring.
Oh, there we go. 23 minutes and 19 seconds.
He said it. He said it.
Starts the next segment of his video.
Of course. What the?
Was that like 10 minutes of shit spewing out? Yeah. Practically. Oh, not 10. 3, 2, 1. 4. 3 minutes. Whatever, I'm just saying this guy speaks without saying anything at all.
Well, that's kind of his thing.
23
The
minutes.
man
21 seconds.
said everything he talked about Fairy Tail at one point was objective. Like how freaking. I had the
Feel
pause
to be part of the family.
Oh no, they're gonna go off.
You're on the timestamp, right, Ryder?
Yep.
23 minutes, 21 seconds. Alright, I'm gonna play it now.
Declaring when it comes to the One Piece community. You know how in One Piece they abolished the warlord system? Fam, please abolish the warlord level system, which is why I give you the task to leave, a hashtag, you lost the war, when you see stupidity like this. Power scaling, undermining narrative level stuff. And of course, if any other YouTubers want to...
this is quite a condescending thing to do right out of the blue. I just realized... You know what? I'm not gonna think too much about it. This is just a dumb thing to do, just to put on people.
To debate this point with a response or something, honestly, go for it. If I think that you're right and I'm wrong in any way, I will definitely address it in a future video. If you just want to debate me, I'm a very busy man, and I don't think debating in this modern era is actually done to prove points. I think debating nowadays is more like who can win the argument, but it doesn't matter what the truth actually is. So I am formally declining debates. Not that I don't think I could slap your ass. Probably could, but I'm a busy man. If you want to respond and I think you're right, go for it. If you want to respond and I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
That just sounds like he's had poor moderation throughout any type of discussions.
You think this man doesn't speak to a vacuum every half hour after each video? He's his own hype man.
Also, it's just, I'm up for debate, but I'm not up for a debate. But I could win a debate, but I'm not going to debate. But and etc. etc. This point, we get it. You're repeating yourself, Nox. This video could have been cut down a lot.
Oh,
very much so.
Yeah.
This video is only 42 minutes because of the meme, isn't it?
This entire channel is a meme.
Well,
I will very long tangents. Stretching out a joke that could have lasted, I don't know, 3 seconds to 2 minutes.
Not all memes are bad.
It always feels like 2 minutes.
A good meme.
And then extending his actual points to like 12 to 14 minutes.
While also being exceptionally obnoxious while doing so.
Okay, we got our own chat now.
Sick. I'm playing the video now.
Follow up on this if anything comes of this entire situation, because if people want to adorn my flag, you want to join my side of this battle, I urge you to. And if there actually is a follow-up, then of course I will thank you for your help. Frick yeah. But anywho, this is power scaling. Thanks for being a part of it. The next segment is theories. So as far as One Piece goes, unlike
the actual next segment starts 24.
Why was power scaling so... Why is power scaling over half the video?
It's an important topic.
Because Nox doesn't know how to shorten down the actual length of his videos.
Like most of its shonen contemporaries, there's a lot more theorizing going on when it comes to One Piece. There's so many mysteries that the world is drenched in. It's another thing that I love about this show so much. People don't realize that One Piece is the full package. You got better comedy than almost anything else. You got your typical shonen.
Come on, dog. Don't be subjective. Yeah, don't be subjective. Whatever the hell that means.
Comedy is good, but it's up there on good comedy, but I can't really.
It means you can say whatever you want and face no repercussions.
And the best is so much. You gotta quantify everything. Totality, man.
Manga, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. I would say I find funnier right now, but there's definitely other things I find funnier than One Piece.
Specifically with me, they kind of toned down the comedy, but it's still funny. But just they don't have the same jokes per minute.
I guess it's sort of the issue when you're over 1,000 chapters. Some things are going to repeat a bit too much.
And great, the great fights, the epic moments, the badass characters, but it's also a mystery
Epic moments, badass characters, all the important things about the franchise.
political thriller very often, and the world building and the mystery of how the world actually got to where it is such a key point. The community is waiting with our arms open to lap up any info Oda would drop on us in any way possible. Between acts 2 and 3 of Wano, when Oda plopped the whole rocks pirates thing on our face, bruh, our buttholes were stretched wide, waiting to receive anything that Oda could give us, and goddamn, did Oda nail it. We love that stuff. I mean, I know that this is more of a power scaling point, but that chapter was so funny. Everyone all along was saying that Garp kind of sucked. They were saying, okay, he's the hero of the Marines, but hey, he's only Vice Admiral level. And then that chapter came along to doof me on.
Wait, could it pause?
Bro, this man.
I prefer not to pause.
Yeah, I know. That was more white squared bucktooth man.
Inconsistently jagged teeth-headed man.
No, seriously, god dang, I can't help but see that white square. Anyway,
actually saying Garp sucks.
Who
I don't
even
know.
says Garp sucks?
Probably people who aren't paying attention to the story, like Dritz. Because if they were paying attention, they would know that Garp has been handed the title of Admiral many times, but he refused to rank up. Because then he'd be stuck working for the Celestial Dragons.
No. He pays attention to the pre-time skip, not the post-time skip. Is an important detail. But being off topic, please state your point, writer.
Well, it's a good fit there. If we're going off topic, we'll move on then.
I want to get your point out, then we can continue what we're doing here.
It's mainly what. Well, it's partially what Det said, but like, it's more just the point again of like, we'll bring examples up, but he will not actually show people talking about the point. He's just talking about nameless people who could have said the point. There's no actual evidence that people have said this point. So Nux is most likely making stuff out of thin air.
No. He saw someone say it, and he's just bringing it up. I don't think he's bringing it up out of thin air. I'm pretty sure he saw at least one person say it.
It could be one person, but like we don't even know. There might not actually be a person who said that.
It could just be a troll account for all I know that says this.
Also,
one thing is I'd like to see.
Meme Spy says his tongue looks like a heart or lung, and I see it.
It looks like a bit of a heart.
Cartoon heart shape.
Yeah, cartoon heart shape with the color of like dark pink.
I'd like to point out another thing that looks terrible about this art. The jacket looks more like they just took off Bakugo's hair and then put it on his shoulders.
Oh my god.
You're right.
Wow. Jesus.
Continue the video before we find more worse things about this image.
Man was Pirate King freaking level. Pathetic. He was offered to become a man.
Wait. We know Garp and Sengoku fought with Whitebeard. So why would people not assume he's... Forget it.
But he said no because he didn't want to be under the command of the dragons. Bro, the people that were saying that Garp was Vice Admiral level. That was so funny. But anyway, I digress.
Wish we
I
could
get
see
way
those
too
people.
much.
I think this guy's... Why am I saying stuff? We all know Nux doesn't get it.
Pleasure from morons. They're great to look at, not always fun to interact with, but goddamn are they fun to watch. But when it comes to a story
All right,
that's
yeah.
like One
I
Piece,
got
that's
time question.
focused
That's
on
fun to
mystery
watch, bits. We certainly are watching one, and it's not the fun.
Yes, you are correct. Debt Rex 525. We are watching one.
and world building and all that, obviously there's so much more to theorize. Back in my day, I've made 2 One Piece theory videos. One about the One Piece endgame, which still could hold true. I think it would be very cool. And I made another theory, like a long
It's saying the One Piece is on the moon?
Maybe he's trying to say like Enel or Eneru is gonna come back, and he's gonna come back from the moon.
I feel like I saw that video, but I'm not gonna try to remember it.
Isn't that freaking Naruto or something? Like what? Like the final villain was like a moon
You say that, but the Skypeans are moon people, so it all connects. Skypeans. Yeah.
long time ago, like right after the Dressrosa arc. It was before they even went to Whole Cake, I think. I made a theory as to what will happen in Wano. And so far, I don't mean to toot my own horn, pat myself on the back, and jerk myself off too much, but so far I was pretty dead on. Like, literally everything I said in that theory so far has come true. Like, this was before we knew the state of Wano at all, and I said it would be
an example, please?
Watch his video.
I got almost everything right. I would like to, if I got almost everything right, I would like to brag and explain why.
Nux, he's never going to give an example about why.
I mean, the video's there. The video's there. We can't say he's not giving an example. In this video specifically, he isn't, but we could watch.
He doesn't have to say every example. He just needs to give off like 1 or 2.
We just have to make him sound credible enough.
The problem is, though, he said everything. He has to be correct. Go ahead, Namek.
You can speak now, Namek.
No, I'm just saying it makes himself so big. I would assume he would actually explain himself.
My point was that he said everything, and I get very annoyed when people say everything when they don't actually mean everything. Because he can't be correct about literally everything. And I know that's not what he means, but don't say words you don't mean unless you don't mean them.
The totality of it all.
I don't know why, but your little rant reminded me of either you guys seen a show called Dan Versus?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Dan versus stupid people.
Dan versus... Oh, I think I've seen that. Is
On
it like
the hub?
Is it like a short dude?
Short, angry man that just has the word Dan on his shirts.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
If you haven't watched it, I recommend watching it. It's a good show.
Okay.
Anyway, back to the video.
A revolution based on Napoleonic history. Fam, I was very happy to see how dead on I was. But again, I digress. Being that there are so many amazing things that are dropped in One Piece at all times.
Okay. He mentioned Napoleonic stuff. Wait, was that in relation to him talking about Wano?
I think so.
Let's play it back.
But so far, I was pretty dead on. Like, literally everything I said in that theory so far has come true. Like, this was before we knew the state of Wano at all, and I said it would be a revolution based on Napoleonic history. Fam, I was...
Is he trying to say... He's trying to say Napoleonic history helped make his point, and therefore... His Napoleon history added to Wano. Wano came out like his theory. That's what I'm trying to say. But
I think what he's trying to do is make the loose connection that with Napoleon, or at least the French in general. They had a lot of coups in their time and a lot of killing off the royal family, and that sort of same thing happened in Wano with a lot of the royal family bloodlines being killed off, like a lot of spoilers for One Piece.
Kazuki family and the other
Oh,
daimyos, yeah.
yeah, many of them died, and Orochi's family as well, which is why he was like cast off and for that hatred and wanting to get rid of the current shogun. I think that's why he's trying to like loosely base it off the French Revolution, because they kept killing off their leaders every now and then because they couldn't figure out a government system to work.
I don't. Yes, because Napoleon in Wano. I remember when Napoleon like wandered around naked.
Dude, that was his fetish.
I remember when Napoleon fought a giant dragon.
I think he was probably drunk and fighting his horse.
I remember when Napoleon fought the Pirate King.
Oh, I remember.
That was from.
I remembered the entire history. Remember in the textbooks where Napoleon found the One Piece and explained the Void Century?
Oh, yeah, I remember like the One Piece rap for like the 4Kids dub talked about this. It was like really like putting a line
about Napoleon.
Yeah, the Napoleon something, you know.
I think we lost the joke here.
What the hell?
Yeah, you know what? Let's save those comments.
Oh, you're just
What happened, Namek?
There's like I'm playing Breath of the Wild, and there's just a person who's just freaking walking in the air like a mage or something, and it's like waving at me, and I just shot it down.
Skywalk. All right, yeah. Back to the video.
Oh Jesus.
Very happy to see how dead on I was. But again, I digress. Being that there are so many amazing things that are dropped in One Piece at all times, and some really great foreshadowing on Oda's part, there are some great potential theories from the fans that are eating up every bit of information when it comes to the series. There were a lot of theories about Sanji being a prince because he's been called a prince many times jokingly throughout the story, especially the famous Mr. Prince moment in Alabasta, which to this day is probably my favorite Sanji moment in the series, and he had a lot of great moments, but he was actually theorized to be a prince. The community came in clutch and was amazing. Kudos to you guys. There are some really cool.
Okay. It could just be a baseless theory. It could be the theory on how this. I saw this video of a guy saying this one Redditor figured out Sanji's lineage based off his wanted poster and the Mr. Prince identity. I haven't really read it, but I can presume it was well written. But I don't know what he means by the fans. What?
It could turn invisible.
What can?
Freaking electric mage in Breath of the Wild.
Yes. Wait.
He's a Vinsmoke.
I think all mages can turn invisible, right?
Yeah, this is my first experience with it. I kind of just ran past it once, like freaking the shrine. What the?
He's wearing He's wearing a raid suit. He's stealth black.
Since it's an electric mage, it should be like Stealth Henry, or like Henry Stealth, or whatever. I'm not gonna say too much. Let's get back to the video. I want this over with.
Theories out there,
I
and I
see
respect
that Steam
them, but there's a lot.
Shut up.
Of garbage. All right, here's where the gloves go on to reach into the septic tank. Fam, let me explain the difference between a theory and a prediction. A theory generally needs evidence. evidence, and a prediction can be baseless guesses, okay? Now, this is a very important point, because people don't realize this, it seems, when they make theories, okay? There are so many baseless One Piece theories around, it's mind-boggling. And even to the people that are like, well, I actually predicted 90% of what actually happened in One Piece. Yeah, but I mean, that was only 1% of your overall theory videos, because you've theorized literally everything with no information. Fam, the amount of people I see theorizing that Zoro's eye that's scarred shut is actually the Sharingan. Yes, fam. Little did you know, he was part of the long-lost...
Those people you don't listen to whatsoever.
Oh, he left. He just dropped off the face of the earth when he heard that.
Of course.
Like,
I don't blame him.
He could have dropped. Sorry, you can go.
A clan swordsman of One Piece all along? Obito never died in Naruto. No! He just kamui'd himself into the One Piece world and disguised himself as Zoro all this time. There are so many theories that the reason why Zoro's eyes shut and he never mentioned that he actually lost it, well, you see, in fact, his eye has superpowers! So, that being said, I would not be surprised at all if it's true. In fact, if I were to guess, I would think that he did not lose his eye and that he will be able to open it and his eye is gonna look like Mihawk's, you know, Hawkeye, the famous eye that he has that he can see shiz, he's a legend and all that. I do think that that's possibly one of the things he's gained from his training with Mihawk, that when he opens that eye, it'll look like Mihawk. I would never ever in a million years make a video on that, because even though it's a prediction, it has zero evidence. Zero evidence. So if it comes true, and it might, you never know, I'm waiting for everyone to pat themselves on the back that they came up with such an amazing, fantastic theory. It's gonna be great. And I just say this as an example because I've been memeing about it with everyone in the One Piece community. Whenever someone says a stupid theory, or whenever I'm just having fun with them, I always mention that Zoro secretly has the Sharingan. It's my go-to memeing on baseless theories. And in fact, I'm probably gonna implement it more on my channel. When I hear people make stupid observations, like, oh yeah, baby, this is the type of guy that thinks that Zoro has the Sharingan, you know what I'm saying? No one understands Zoro. Damn right. It's too fun. But whenever anything is mentioned in a chapter that has some sort of mystery to it, all the theory channels are already jumping on it. And obviously, it's content. If you want to watch these discussions, you know what? Honestly, there's a love for One Piece. There's a love for One Piece discussions. I don't care. But it kind of creates a bit of a toxic environment for everyone else on the platform that actually cares about facts, because facts are kind of thrown out the window when it comes to theories like this. In the latest One Piece chapter, at the time of recording this video, we finally met Yamato, the son of Kaido. So Yamato saved Luffy and said, Luffy, I was waiting for you. And everyone's like, oh my god, he's becoming the next Straw Hat. Yamato next Straw Hat, confirmed. I've literally seen theories about this. Oh, I'm not done yet. Ha, not even close. Yamato's wearing a mask because you see, he's actually Odin. That's right. You know Odin, the guy who was in boiling oil for an hour and got shot in the head in a flashback 20 years ago and is probably dead? He's probably Yamato. Why? Because he had a ribbon on his pants, and Yamato has a ribbon on his pants. Oh, it must be Odin. It's Odin, confirmed. Now, if it actually is Odin, I mean, Oda could do anything at this point, and I will suck him off. The man's a legend. I love him, and I love One Piece. But the amount of people theorizing that it's actually...
Yeah, I'll pause.
Well, first off, those people thinking that Yamato is Odin, one of the builds are very different. Two, you don't listen to those kind of people. You just don't listen to that kind of talk because that's just nonsense already. You don't give that attention. But of course, this is Nux, so he has to.
Just nonsense people in every fandom, and he's just talking into the crowd.
And I'm trying to remember what my second point was. Can you go back a bit? Maybe
all right.
Yamato has a ribbon on his pants. Oh, it must be Odin. It's Odin, confirmed. Now, if it actually is Odin, I mean, Oda could do anything at this point, and I will suck him off. The man's a legend. I love him, and I love One Piece. But the amount of people theorizing that...
It's that part where it's like...
You could do anything, and you would suck him off.
Yeah. I'm like, no, that would not be a good thing. Like, Odin just suddenly appearing back alive and dead, and we kind of saw him confirmed, killed.
Oda's
I'm pretty sure
married.
he's being hyperbolic. He's just saying he likes Oda, but the intention here is that he would accept anything Oda dishes out, but it was just a little bit sarcastic, but then the joke wouldn't really work since he's trying to be critical. And so we kind of have to think over the video again, and so on and so forth.
That also makes you wonder if he would be okay with something like that. Was he okay with the chapter that pretty much everyone thought was very much stinky?
He would probably have a similar feeling to it. I'm pretty sure he's being hyperbolic, but well, he's either hyperbolic or whatever the hell he tries to make as jokes.
The issue with Nox being hyperbolic is that Nox is hyperbolic like most of the time, so it's difficult to tell when he's not being hyperbolic. There are times when he'll say, "Oh, I'm just being hyperbolic," but what about the times where he doesn't add that he's being hyperbolic? So we just assume that now he's not being hyperbolic because he's not going to add, "Oh, I'm just being hyperbolic."
This is an enigma.
That it's actually Odin with zero evidence aside from the bow on his pants. Bruh. And people are signing him into the Straw Hat roster already. Now, when it comes to One Piece theories, there's three basic veins of theories that I really like. We know that Oda likes basing different characters off different figures in history to a certain extent, and he's done this throughout with obvious things like Blackbeard, Teach being the actual Blackbeard named Thatch, Capone Beige being Al Capone, you know, Bonnie and L. Like, he based so many.
NL, his design is based off of Eminem. I'm pretty sure Eminem does not have lightning powers, or is it considered a god? Rap
That
god.
we know of. Doesn't have lightning powers that we know of.
Or some sort of moon man.
You know, I'm willing to believe he's more of a moon man than he is a lightning guy. Also, Oda likes to base people off for his characters a ton. Like a lot of famous actors are based off. He's based off a lot of famous actors' faces into One Piece. He's all the admirals.
He's specifically saying real life pirates to the pirates. Well, he did bring up Al Capone. Not Al Capone. Real people to the pirates in the show. But then he brings up NL, which the design is based off of Eminem. So he just fucked up his point there, is what I'm saying.
Oh, most certainly.
Most definitely.
There's off real life people, and there are themes that apply to the individual character that also apply to those real life people, and I think that's.
What theme does Eminem have with a rubber man trying to shoot people into the sky? I mean, trying to prove some old man that sky people exist?
If anything, themes would just ruin it because it's just like, oh well, it makes no sense if you're trying to make it a theme.
Themes can be applied to anything.
Themes of Napoleon.
It's because NL's trying to snap back him to reality.
No, NL is being snapped back into reality, forgetting how big the world truly is. Some rubber kid can smack his balls around. What themes? You just don't say themes out of the blue and expect people to know.
Oh, but it's not themes, though. Themes make everything good. Look, One Piece has themes now.
1 minute of just talking about themes, where like the rest of the video is about like the plot, you know, the characters and what happens and what do you think about it. Maybe the music, maybe have that for like a minute.
Who knows what the hell this man is gonna be talking about? He can't structure a video for Jack.
People, and there are themes that apply to the individual character that also apply to those real life people, and I think that's really cool. So I based a theory.
What does the real Blackbeard have to do with Marshall D. Teets?
Oh, oh, I never think of themes. Before freaking I've seen so many people say themes, I'm like, I never thought of it like this. I was just like, people are just turning me crazy with the themes. I don't get it.
Their English teachers abused them with themes, and now they gotta take their punishment
I
onto
definitely
everyone else
remember
on the
my.
internet.
The
Yeah, it's
education
like,
system
what's
sucks.
the theme of this story? I'm just like, I was just like, just trying to keep my anger inside me. It's just like, oh, you got a problem? No, it's just my mic is a bit torn. Sorry.
The theme that Blackbeard eats cherry pies emphasizes that he is a greedy individual, thus One Piece writing good.
Theory when I was talking about Wano earlier, comparing Kaido to Napoleon. And I made many connections, especially Law, who spearheaded this entire alliance to go beat Kaido. His name is Trafalgar D. Water Law. The only two battles in Napoleonic history
Oh,
that
for God's
Napoleon
sake.
actually
For God's
lost was the
sakes.
Battle of Trafalgar and the Battle of Waterloo. Bruh, Trafalgar D. Water Law. How crazy is that?
You hear this, man?
Again, it's neat. Let's move on.
No, this is a coincidence.
I wouldn't be surprised if I was decided to do this on purpose. But like
Trafalgar's
again,
name is.
neat. I don't really care much for it. Like it's not like something big. It's just neat. If it is like if it is like what Oda actually planned it, like okay.
Maybe I don't know what. e- Even Buffalo and Baby Five didn't care about what water meant in his name, but Trafalgar is a real person. He's a real pirate, so that's what his name is based off of.
Somebody ask Odin and SBS.
Whatever.
Now that's a good theory. Now, suspiciously, those two battles,
Oh,
Trafalgar
it's a good theory because you're sort of most likely maybe not right on a theory about Wano. Get bent over, please.
and Waterloo, well, Trafalgar's in Spain. And Dressrosa, you know the arc that Law also spearheaded, that Dofi was the major player in Kaido's entire game, getting devil fruits for his crew? Dressrosa's completely based off Spain. The characters' names are in Spanish. The architecture is Spanish. Trafalgar was a war in Spain. So I'm not gonna go through all the details of this theory, but it's like mind-blowing when I came up with this, and the evidence was just piling up again and again and again, where the Battle of Waterloo was actually a battle that was focused on a rebellion as well, and I said that there was going to be a rebellion in Wano, and then there was a rebellion in Wano. I mean, the pieces kind of stick together. That's a theory I like. It's a theory based on foreshadowing and clues that Oda's dropping. So that is what I like to call.
I realize now what pre and post time skip doesn't have a rebellion. Apart Alabasta and technically Skypiea, and then the
I'm trying to think.
post time skip.
I'm also trying to think when exactly did he make this theory at the time of Wano? Because if it was before they reached the land of Wano, they pretty much were already talking a rebellion because they already explained a bit of their history of why they gotta take down Kaido.
Oh, look at this upload schedule. He said it was sometime just before Whole Cake. So take what you will from that.
Well, again, I could have sworn they explained a bit of themselves back in Zoe, which was before Whole Cake. So, yeah, I gotta reread that just to be certain.
What is this kid doing?
This section is just Nox
He's a
flexing
Mr.
on
Beast
my
clone now.
theories are so good. That's all the segment is. I make the theory good. No one else does except me.
I'm just trying to find a video that I'll do something with it.
Oh no, don't go to the cancer that is Nox's thumbnails.
I'll just put in next One Piece theory. Okay, yeah, that worked. 3 years ago. It's
When I was a student,
March 7th, 2018. Take what you will from this information. And then, of course, is going to be earlier since he had to may or may not have written down a script and then edit the video. And the actual idea could have came in way earlier. You know the gist.
Call a theory, and a damn good one, if I do say so myself. That's the first vein of theory. The second vein of theory is based on clues that Oda drops that aren't necessarily based in history or anything, but like, as I've mentioned before, the entire Mr. Prince, Sanji end up being a prince thing, like, it's the little tidbits dropped along the way that let you piece together a story, and because of all of that and all these different things, I ended up theorizing about what would happen at the end of One Piece, for example. I have a whole theory as far as the Will of D.
Didn't you say the Mr. Prince, Sanji is a prince thing was Kaka maybe? And you forget it.
Which I'll maybe make a video on eventually. Feel free to subscribe, because I actually have a sneaking suspicion that I know what's going on, and I have a very, very good hunch that I think Luffy's probably gonna die at the end of One Piece, which is kind of sad, but I will not be surprised at all. In fact, I expect it, but more on that another time. And the third kind of theory I like is theory based on narrative. Not necessarily clues or anything, but as an example, in the current Wano arc, I'm in middle of the raid of Onigashima at the time of recording this video, and it makes no sense that this raid will actually succeed. There are no emotional
And we're still in the middle of that raid right now.
Okay, I realized that two of these fan arts are of him with a red coat and a bionic arm, but the one with the blue coat and the less jagged teeth. So, is he trying to go for a consistent design, or did he just commission fan art of a character concept he had in his... Yeah, pretty much he just had an idea in his brain and he paid people to design it.
I get the feeling that he more so like went through different design phases, like, oh hey, I'm gonna have my character change up clothes every now and then. But then after a while, I guess he got lazy and decided, I'm just gonna swap between all clothes during takes. It would be like watching a video essayist and he keeps changing shirts every cutaway.
Also, Nox isn't very consistent as an individual.
Battle right now. So far, Luffy's kind of been laughing along the way. Everything's kind of been going smoothly. Jinbei showed up. Marco showed up. I think that this will ultimately end in failure. So that, I guess, is a theory based on narrative. So those three kind of theories I like. And while the first two theories, styles that I've mentioned...
Wait, didn't he say it was... He brought up 2 points where it could,
are only touched upon infrequently, because how often can you come up with something like that? And good videos that actually tackle these theories are very sporadic. A channel that consistently makes good theories based on narrative that I've noticed is this guy, Mr. Morge. I don't think I've ever spoken to the guy, but he makes good One Piece analyses. I mean, obviously, when it comes to like facts and factoids, Tekking's my guy. What can I say? I love that man. But when it comes to actually analyzing the narrative...
Wait, they're 2 different people? Shit. I didn't notice. Okay, that was a little mean. But,
That's another thing that Nux does a lot, randomly dropping people. He wants to... I can't really call it clout chasing. Nux is fairly big as a YouTuber. Like, I don't know, he just plugs in a lot of people in every video. It's slightly annoying because it is just basically there to pad and kill other people, basically.
I mean, name drop somebody, they go on their channel, they say he's from they say they're from Nux's channel. That might be what he's trying to do, but he could just easily just be putting down people that are big and or people that he likes.
It could be that, but it happens in every video, and it feels pointless to do.
Let your argument stand on your own words. Don't rely on others.
It'd be like, it's like, oh, gravity, that's the thing that scientists believe in. You wouldn't want to be wrong about scientists, would you?
Narrative, Mr. Morge does a good job, so feel free to check him out. I will link him in the description. But the reason why I'm mentioning this and actually putting together a kind of calendar of good theories is to point out anything that does not fall into these three categories, okay? That's what I'm doing here. I'm declaring war! War! That's right, I'm on some crazy warlord right now. I'm just having fun with it, man. But come on, why you gotta churn out these baseless, not even theories? I've seen so many theories that turned out to be wrong that everyone kind of forgets about, because who remembers wrong theories? And still to this day, every single chapter that comes out, when a little thing is mentioned, a billion new theory videos are churned out. Different Reddits, different tweets. It's insane. And I think discussion is great, but baseless theories are kind of ass. There was a massively prominent theory.
I want to say this. Who remembers wrong theories? I don't have anything on that, but I really do. And that's all I'm going to say on that.
I remember one because they pumped themselves up so much I couldn't forget it.
All right, please explain. I mean, divulge. Please divulge.
The one who had their theory was by Daniel Green.
Oh. What was the theory?
Let's see. Well, you have his Marineford theory. Then we have his Fishman theory. And then future events from then on. First off, let's see. Let's go through his Marineford theory. The Fishmen are all going to appear at Marineford.
That's wild. I'm pretty sure.
No.
Well, you know what? I still want to hear this.
It's been so long. I can't remember all the details. It was baffling of the things she was saying. All I know is like he said like a certain character was gonna betray and kill Whitebeard. I can't remember who though.
Was it someone like Marco? Was it Jean Bay?
It was definitely someone in his inner circle that he said like was gonna come back and become a big player.
Flower Sword Vista?
No, I think it was Flower Sword Vista. Let's see. Again, like, man, it's been a while since I've seen that video. All I know is there were so many things wrong with it that I couldn't. It's both stuck in my memory, but I can't pull out all the info from it. I hate this. That was part of the video feels just like fluff.
Well, all right. Oh, almost dropped the phone there. I'll just continue the video then.
We're almost done.
You say that.
Theory that Shiryu, Blackbeard swordsman guy, was gonna somehow steal the diamond fruit from Juzo, and he's gonna become Diamond, and Zoro's the swordsman on Luffy's crew, and Zoro always had a dream to cut Diamond, so Zoro's massive endgame battle will be against Shiryu, who could turn into Diamond, and Zoro will manage to cut him. This was a theory that was spread far and wide in the One Piece community. And, well, I don't want to say it's wrong, because you never know what'll happen, but Shiryu got a different fruit, baby. There goes that, at least for now. Not to say they won't fight or whatever. Not to say that he won't manage to get another devil fruit. I don't know. There was a chapter that I vividly remember because a lot of people talked about this, where when we flashed back to the Reverie from Wano, you had Fujitora saying, "Oh yes, I would like to abolish the warlord system." And the theories went crazy. Bro, why does he want to abolish the warlord system now? It must mean that he has nuclear weapons at his disposal. He doesn't need the warlords anymore. He can just drop nukes. It's an absolute win. And while I don't know if anyone went the nuclear route per se,
Since she's on Onigashima, he's still talking about dumbass theorists. This video is useless.
The theories were wild. Why does he not need the warlords? Is it because he thinks it's not just to have pirates that are absolutely dangerous? No, that's stupid. It's probably not
It's that, but not that singular point.
because of something like that. No. It's probably because they now have mechs. That's right. Finally.
And that point too, those two reasons are why he wants to abolish the warlord system, specifically the pirate thing, but also the pacifistas.
They've spent so long building mechs. Goddamn, every single individual Marine is getting a mech. The hype is real. I hope you're excited. And it's just stuff like that. Baseless theories that kind of plague the community and honestly
Also, they're
undermines
androids.
a lot of Oda's really good foreshadowing just based on how many bad theories are out there along with the good ones. Again, discussions are fine.
I think you
I'm
mean
always
cyborgs.
a fan of
Unless Vegapunk unless Vegapunk, how do I say that? Unless Vegapunk is making clones of Bartholomew Kuma, they're androids. Oh
Well,
no,
technically,
they're cyborgs. Sorry.
yeah, they're like, I
Cyborgs
want to
are
say
the
technically,
robots being humans. Androids are the... No, wait, it's androids then. Cyborgs are
and
cybernetic humans.
androids are completely robotic. That try to mimic like a human, sort of like a Terminator.
And
Cyborg, they're humans. You shove in robot bits. Cyborg. I still don't know how like Vegapunk got like so many Kuma people that look like Kuma, or did he just rip the skin off and tan it to look like Kuma?
Thick skin technology. That couldn't be too hard considering Frankie did that.
But the weird thing is they bleed.
Do they bleed?
Yes, because I'm mainly recalling this from the Sabari Archipelago when like X-Drake was biting on to the head of one of them, it started bleeding.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember now. Well, Vegapunk could be a perfectionist.
discussion. But theories, a lot of people I've spoken to on YouTube, they don't even believe their own theories. They're just making them for the sake of theorizing. Like, what? I don't understand. I'm obviously not calling anyone out in particular. Everyone hustles their own way.
Wait, pause. No, that one's just called trying to do their job, which they've now staken to YouTube, so they gotta make a video every now and then, even if it's like one of those terrible theory videos.
Or some guy just wanted to make a video. That could also be a thing.
War sure, that I am waging
it's a case by case basis.
Right now, it's not a war against any individual creator. Not even a creator that very much believes in these things, because I think that different people having different opinions is healthy. I just think that if your opinion is wrong, I'm gonna poop on it, as it were. Next time you see a theory that's completely baseless, hashtag you lost the war. Not saying that I want y'all to garner my flag or anything, but let's fix this world. One little stupid community at a time. And yeah, this is just my practice run, as it were, my Funimation video. It's not gonna be as long as this, but it's gonna be a bigger bomb, that's for sure. Definitely subscribe for the fireworks, and I hope that I can make a follow-up video to this one, talking about, you know, the community reaction, positive or negative. Being that I don't make, like, solely One Piece videos, I don't really consider myself in the One Piece community at all. I obviously love One Piece, and I talk about it in different video formats that talk about multiple anime at a time. But being that I'm not in the community itself, I think it's very healthy for me to declare war on it! That's right, baby! Fire away, boy!
You making this video obviously makes you a part of the community. Maybe in part of community discussions, you could say that. Very in the community, you could say that. You could have said, I'm not, I don't want to be affiliated with a community. You could also say that, but making videos like these definitely mean and definitely make you a part of the community. Especially with your YouTube size. 2 million is
The
nothing.
white,
2 million is nothing to scoff at.
the white square is back, and two Bakugos are hiding behind his shoulders.
Oh, he flipped the image.
Boys, the hype is real. I had fun.
No, that's
And there's so
different
many
image.
more
See,
things I wanted to add.
Oh, all right.
see, the white square is still there, and we got two Bakugos once again.
A second unique image with the sand shirts, and well, I don't really see the robotic arm, but if it's anything like this one, I can see two his skin color type hands.
It looks like he's wearing a glove on one hand.
That could just be shat. That's definitely a shadow.
It's purple. Again.
Yeah, that could just be
the way it's
color.
like, true.
Actually cover, but I don't have time. It's like 40 minutes into the video or something probably right now. I wanted to talk about how everyone always roasts Oda for the stupidest things, and then just a few chapters later, they change their mind on it. In the Wano arc, for example, when Big Mom lost her memory, people were going crazy, saying that it was a stupid ass pull on Oda's part, and then it turned out totally fine, okay? It wasn't an ass pull, it didn't ruin anything, especially because Big Mom was known to have these memories. It wasn't an ass pull, it didn't ruin anything.
That's a weird transition.
Especially because Big Mom was known to have these memory loss issues in the past. And
I'm just trying to think, like, yeah, because people were mad that apparently a trope being used by Oda is bad because he had to rely on a trope, but that's not really much saying anything.
I had this problem with like the memory forgetting trope when I was a kid. I don't know what's with people's problem with this type of thing. When you're like growing up, it's a thing that can be done well. And just shrug your shoulder, and like you can't just be like crossing your arms and everything. I did this as a kid, and now I know it's stupid.
I guess because like to most people they see it happen too many times in other media that if it happens in One Piece, it's automatically now bad because
comedies. I see so many comedies.
Also, the bad reputation, such a concept can also, increase its, decrease its reputation, I guess I want to say. But, yeah.
things are gonna change when she sees Chopper again. I think it was fine. It was totally good. We'll see where Oda goes with it. Having faith in Oda is this hilarious back and forth in the community as well. You got people not willing to get off his dick for anything. Everything Oda does is literal godsend stuff. And then you got other people that they praise Oda for his greatness. But all of a sudden, one chapter comes out. Something seems fishy. Community goes wild. Oda sucks. Has been. Wash out. Piece of trash. This was really stupid. And then 2 chapters later, it turns out that everything was totally fine all along, and that was very much of an overreaction. Like,
you're repeating yourself, Nox. You just literally said this point. Nox could really cut down on his videos, but I'm repeating myself, but Nox repeats himself, so I have to bring up the point that Nox keeps repeating himself.
Yourself again.
I know. If he quit making the same issues, it would be...
I'm playing the video now. I'm playing the video.
For example, I see people crap.
Something caught in my throat. Sorry.
You okay there, Leo?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Pooping on Wano right now. A lot of people pooping on Wano, saying that it doesn't have the emotional stakes that it should have. Oda said that this would be like a Marineford tier finale, and well, it doesn't look like that.
Now?
Oda said that this would be like a Marineford tier finale, and well,
where is that? I want to see that.
I really want to see that. When has Oda ever hyped anything specifically related to him.
Let me see if I can find it.
It doesn't look like that, not on an emotional level, and not on a level of political scale, and people are pooping on Oda for that. People are actually upset at him for Wano right now. Bro, Wano's not over.
Political scale.
And still not over.
Going on political scale thing, the Daimao was literally assassinated by the Shogun was literally assassinated by the son? Was it the son? Or was it like the grandson? Whatever. A relative of a well-known...
Yeah, relative to the Daimyo was killing off, like, all their successors.
And then the Shogun could be the Shogun, and a power vacuum, so on and so forth. Oden, then Momonosuke.
And then you got the political, I don't know if it's regicide. Maybe regicide for Orochi's clan on Odin's clan.
Pretty much both. All the Kumurasaki, not Kumurasaki. Whatever Orochi's last name is, and the Kazukis were practically wiped. There was a lot of murder. Let's just say that.
And even then, you still got technically, well, yeah, One Piece spoilers, but wait, is everyone caught up?
Oh, forget that. I also wanted to bring up pirates aiding the current shogun of Wano. That's pretty big. An outlawsman helping not an official, since it's an isolated country, but an important figure in the...
Oh, I was going to make note that technically you also have the political aspect from the world government because CP0 is there. And... Huh?
I didn't say anything.
I found the quote that they might be referring to.
Oh, good.
Oh, read it.
Do you want the full thing or just like the
full thing?
That...
Now, please. I'm dying here.
Hello,
full context.
It's Oda. Are you enjoying Jump Fiesta? I'm also watching the One Piece Super Stage event. A lot of this is fluff. I can just get to the main point. Do you still want the full thing?
Just skip to the main point then.
The strongest enemy the Straw Hats have encountered. It might be related to Whitebeard. The reinferred arc will seem cute compared to what is coming.
Is that it?
Yep. In relation to Wano.
I mean...
Well, I guess Nux was technically right then.
But Wano is like 3 Marineford stack into one.
I think we're already out. Dude, I think we're like at 5 Marinefords.
Really? Well, nevertheless. He was just hyping up his story. That's what it was doing.
When Wano ends, okay, and it turns out that this raid right now on Onigashima, they get to Kaido, behead him, the end, bye-bye everyone. Yeah, then you could crap on Oda, then you could say it's not a great arc. But until the arc ends, have some faith in the man that's given us one of the greatest stories in our lifetime. God damn it, people. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're interested in future type of content like this, where I, rectify the little wrongs in this world. One step at a time. I had fun actually with it. I did enjoy making it. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and if anyone actually responds to this video, which I'm not necessarily expecting, but it would be cool. I'd be curious to see if you could prove me wrong. You're, after all, a galaxy brain One Piece.
Humble shade, humble shade. Love the humble shade.
power scaling fan, so I'd be curious. So when you do upload that video, feel free to tag me on Twitter so I can actually, check it out. Hell yeah. I'm all about hearing the other sides of the argument to then dookie on them even more. I'm sorry. But you need a dumb high IQ to prove to me that I'm wrong when I think I'm right. Definitely subscribe if you enjoyed. Also, if you want to hear me talk about One Piece more and more about gushing over it as opposed to roasting people that are stupid, link in the description to my Rant Cafe channel, where I am one of the 3 co-hosts of a One Piece Virgin podcast, where we are going through all of One Piece arc by arc right now. We are currently in the Thriller Bark arc, and honestly, I'm loving it. It's so much fun reading arcs week by week. It's great. Check it out.
Rant Cafe YouTube channel, Rant Cafe Twitch, Rant Cafe Spotify, Rant Cafe SoundCloud. Let's take a gander at this and see if they're actually still speaking with each other.
10 days ago.
What the fuck is this?
I think, what?
Met Nux's wife featuring Haruka Karubi. It's freaking almost 9 in the morning. Afternoon.
This looks like it's a rotating cast.
I'm just gonna take a little gander here.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides and CeraVe. They
Bottom.
Also, the minions are just capitalist machines, bro. They
really are.
They exist only to create merch.
Yeah. Like, my first exposure to Despicable Me was the Minions, and I was like, I don't think I want to watch this. They're annoying.
Speaking of merch, Nutstaku.com has some
buyable.
That's enough. I'm just gonna look at the comments.
Nux's cult grows every day.
Nux has a harem. Melody, Mousy, Fifi, Moose, Briggs. Oh, must be some sort of what's the word? VTubers? It must be friends of VTubers.
Yeah, those were a bunch of VTubers.
So wait, is that dear person in that video supposed to be his quote-unquote wife?
I'm gonna say they made a joke and they put it as the title.
There's one called Fifi that shows up a lot with him, so I assume that's for his wife.
This man has not been laid. This man will get laid, and I don't mean sex. I meant laid to the ground. That sounds rude. I'll just play the video. Play some of the beginning and see if they say anything.
I'm contractually obligated to consider you guys my friends, and good to be here.
Yeah, one step at a time. One step at a time. We cut his camera. Soon his microphone will be gone. He'll be here just in spirit.
Yo, Animac, how about we keep paying you, but you stop joining?
Yo, I could deal with that, bro.
Can I volunteer for that position?
But then who will be the third co-host then?
Moose!
Congratulations, the new third co-host, Moose! Also known as Haruka Karibu.
Hi, I'm Nux's wife.
True
Nice
story.
to meet everybody. It's true story.
We are married.
We are married.
What?
This is true, actually.
Nanya?
A lot of people are unaware of
gonna
this.
Be so upset. Feet.
It's okay. Fifi's also my wife.
Yeah, it's true. We have this cool orgy thing going on.
Yeah.
That's enough information. You see how sporadic Nux is compared to this Moose Sheila?
Yeah. I will also say the one thing I don't like about models like Nux is, well, I've seen them brought into an actual VR space. Like, everything moves. The slightest movement they make, everything starts freaking out.
It could just be that jittery. Like, he could just move around that and gyrate every second. He can't sit still.
I would be scared to meet this model in the VR chat, because again, I've seen models like that try to move around there. everything starts moving about from the slightest actions.
I mean, he may have some ADHD, but I won't. I'm just gonna leave that as a presumption. What? Sadly, it's time to say goodbye to the Rant Cafe podcast for me. Been listening for a good 3 years, but the direction the podcast has taken lately is not to my liking, as I am not interested in the whole VTuber scene in the slightest. Still wish the boys all the best, and will continue to tune in to the anime, Naruto, and One Piece version podcast. Chad mindset, by the way. Okay.
Link in the description. Please leave a like on this video because I am sure that it will be getting dislike bombed by people that disagree with me because I like taking
Can't
stances
tell
that people
anymore.
aren't willing to take. Not that I'm just trying to be a contrarian. I spit facts and I know that facts are being spat. I'm not this type of dude that's gonna be like, well, I don't know if I was actually right or anything. I'm sincerely sorry about anything I've said. All right. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I know facts were spit. So drop a like, stay weird, and remember to remind.
Don't worry, whatever you're seeing is false.
Oh. I mean, I should have actually presumed that, but
like, no, that's just blatant falsehood right there.
Whatever.
Adversary.
Or maybe it could,
you've lost.
or maybe it could be in relation to like current events of what happened to his character. The people we're talking about.
No. Call me Carson got us canceled. In the dark side of the VTuber community, Nuxtaku got canceled. We are back now, featuring Omni. VTuber is manipulating her fans. Chibi Dobi. Wow, they're talking a lot of.
I got the dislike function still up. There are 865 dislikes on the video we just watched.
So how many likes?
27k likes. 865
God, that's not
dislikes.
Yo, what is up, boys, and welcome back to another episode of the Anime Virgin Podcast.
Why are we watching this?
Today we're covering Squid Game, which is totally an anime. It looks...
Nah. Alright, back to the main topic of the video.
I think that understanding can be had around the table.
I say that, but unless any of you guys have to do something, now is the perfect time.
Yeah, that's it for me today.
Yeah, that's about it. I only had one video in me.
Well, yeah, that's fair. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Good night then.
Good night.
Good night.
That was a waste of 3 hours. Uh, 2 hours, 27 minutes.